You know that feeling. Unboxing a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, it's just peak tech excitement.
Yeah, pure bliss.
But then, maybe just a few months down the line, that initial shine starts to wear off a bit.
Especially when you hear all the rumors about the next model already.
Exactly. And you start thinking, maybe it's time for an upgrade.
Happens to the best of us. But hold on, what if you could get that brand new feeling back with the phone you already have?
Okay, I'm listening. Is that what we're digging into today?
That's precisely the plan. We've gone through, well, quite a bit of material. Blog posts, the ones like 10 tips to keep your iPhone working like new, or those secret iPhone hacks Apple never told you about.
The secret hacks. Love those.
Right. And YouTube videos, too. Things like 10 iPhone productivity tips I wish I knew years ago, or make the most of iPhone 16 Pro. Lots of those first 25 things to do type videos as well.
Yeah, those are always popular.
Plus articles like 10 iPhone productivity tips you need today, mastering the iPhone 16, even to look ahead with stuff like the ultimate iOS 18 productivity setup, and practical guides, too, from places like TechAdvisor.
Okay, quite the range of sources then. So what's the mission for this deep dive?
Simple, really. We want to give you solid, actionable ways to make your iPhone 16 Pro feel fresh again, improve its performance, boost your productivity.
All without actually buying a new phone? I like the sound of that. So where do we start? How do we, rekindle that magic?
Well, a great place to begin is the physical aspect, how the phone looks and feels in your hand. It's the first impression, right?
Makes sense.
And our sources pointed out something interesting. Minimalism is still huge. Like 63% of people prefer brands with minimalist design.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that tracks. Less clutter visually. So how does that apply to my iPhone 16 Pro sitting here?
Think about the case. A minimalist case. Several sources mention the iPhone 16 Pro Max Aramid fiber case specifically.
Aramid fiber. Isn't that like Kevlar?
Exactly. Same family. It's incredibly strong, super lightweight, think aerospace stuff. The 600D means it's a dense weave, so very durable. Stronger than steel for its weight, actually.
Wow.
Plus, it's usually MagSafe compatible, which is handy, and some say it even helps prevent overheating. So you get serious protection without adding, a bulky brick to your phone.
Yeah.
Fits that minimalist vibe.
Okay, yeah, a sleek case can definitely make it feel newer. Protection without the bulk. What else for the outside?
Just clean it. Seriously, don't underestimate a good wipe down. Sources keep mentioning this.
Like with a microfiber cloth.
Yep. Screen, back, and especially those camera lenses. Dust and fingerprints don't just look bad, they can mess up your photos.
True.
And maybe take a quick peek at the ports, the charging port speaker grills, make sure there's no lint or gunk stuck in there. It's a small thing, but it adds to that clean, crisp feeling.
Got it. Clean exterior, maybe a minimalist case. Look and feel sorted. But what about performance? My phone sometimes feels like it's, wading through treacle.
Digital clutter. That's often the culprit. Over time, we just accumulate so much stuff, right? The apps we used once, forgotten files, tons of photos.
Tell me about it.
It doesn't just make it hard to find things, that adds mental clutter too, but it genuinely slows the phone down as storage fills up and resources get stretched.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
My home screens are a mess. What's the fix?
The advice is pretty consistent. Organize. Group similar apps into folders. That's basic, but effective.
Okay.
And really lean into the app library. Let it do the sorting automatically. Then you can keep your main home screens for just the essential.
Right. Less visual noise again?
And be honest with yourself. If you haven't opened an app in, say, a month or two, just delete it. Get rid of it. A clean digital space feels much better to use.
Digital spring cleaning. Okay, what about the photo hoard? That's my real storage killer.
Yeah, photos and videos multiply like rabbits, and hitting that storage limit definitely impacts speed.
So delete them. But I like my photos.
We'll back them up first. Use iCloud, Google Photos, Dropbox, whatever cloud service you like, or even an external drive, then remove them from your phone.
Okay. Backup, then delete.
Exactly. And check out the iPhone's own storage manager. It's in Settings, then General, then iPhone Storage.
Oh, yeah. What does that do?
It's actually pretty smart. It shows you what's taking up space and gives you recommendations like, hey, you haven't used these apps in ages, or maybe delete these large video files. It can even suggest clearing your Safari cache or old iMessages.
Apple giving you a nudge to clean up. That's surprisingly helpful. Okay, physical refresh, digital declutter. What's next for rejuvenation?
Software. Keeping iOS updated is just fundamental.
Right, those update notifications I sometimes ignore.
Don't ignore them. They're not just about new emojis, They have security patches, performance improvements, bug fixes.
Okay, point taken. Security is important.
And it ensures your phone works smoothly with the latest apps. Think of it like a regular tune-up for your phone's engine.
Got it. Keep iOS updated. Simple enough. Now let's get into the good stuff making the phone actually work better for me. Productivity hacks.
Absolutely. And there are tons. Let's start with something that drives everyone crazy. Notifications.
Yes, constant interruptions.
There's a quicker way to manage them now. Don't dive into settings every time. Just swipe down for the notification center, find the annoying notification, and swipe left on it.
Okay, swipe left.
You'll see options. Tap that. You can quickly mute that app for an hour or for the whole day.
Nice. Quick silence.
Or jump straight to its notification settings, or just turn them off entirely right there. Much faster. Cuts down on distractions big time.
That is a game changer. Seriously. What else streamlines things?
Using the Notes app a lot. If you juggle multiple notes, iOS 18 has Recent Notes.
Ooh, tell me more.
When you're in a note, tap the menu button, usually the 3 dots. You'll see an option for Recent Notes. It shows the last 8 you had open.
So quick switching without going back to the main list.
Exactly. Much less friction, saves time, and, frankly, mental energy. Like switching tabs on a computer.
I need that. Constantly backing out of notes is tedious.
Okay.
What about grabbing contact info, like a phone number, when I'm typing an email?
Oh, yeah, the app switching dance for that is annoying. There's a shortcut.
Please tell me.
Long press where you want the number in your email. A menu pops up. Scroll down, find autofill, tap it, then choose contact.
No?
Your contacts appear. Search or scroll, pick the person, choose the number. Bam, it's inserted. No leaving the mail app.
Whoa. That's slick. Definitely using that. How about jumping between apps I was just using?
Ah, the home indicator swipe. So useful, but easily forgotten.
The little bar at the bottom?
Yep. Just swipe left or right along that bar. It cycles you through your recent apps instantly. No need for the full app switcher screen.
Okay, must practice that one. What about screen recording? I sometimes use it to show my parents how to do stuff.
Good use case. And you can add your voice. Open Control Center, then long press the screen record button. Don't just tap it. Press and hold.
Long press.
You see a microphone button. Tap it to turn it on. Now it records your screen and your voice. Perfect for tutorials.
Brilliant. Just got to remember to turn it off again later. Right?
Yeah, it stays on until you toggle it off again, so keep that in mind.
Got it. Okay, another common thing. Someone texts me a meeting time, like, see you Tuesday at 2 p.m. How do I quickly calendar that?
iOS is usually smart enough to underline times and dates like that in messages or mail.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Just tap the underline part. A little calendar preview pops up at the bottom. You can see if you're free and tap Add Event right there. Super quick.
Seamless. Love it. What about saving web articles for later, maybe for offline reading?
Use Safari's share sheet. Find the article, tap the share icon, the box with the arrow.
Yep.
Scroll down and choose Save to Files. You can usually save it as a PDF, which is great for offline reading and keeps the layout nice.
PDFs are perfect. Okay, next challenge. Linking a file, maybe a document or photo, to a specific reminder so I don't forget what the reminder is actually about.
Drag and drop. It's surprisingly easy.
Really? How?
Open Reminders and the app with the file, like Files, Mail, or Photo side by side, or just have them both accessible. Then literally drag the file, email, or photo and drop it onto the reminder.
No way. It just links it. Yep.
Creates a direct link right there in the reminder, keeps everything connected.
That solves a major organization headache for me.
Awesome. Now, the keyboard trackpad thing, I've heard about it, seems useful for fixing typos.
Oh, it's fantastic for precision. Just press and hold the spacebar.
The spacebar itself.
Yeah, the letters disappear, you get a little haptic buzz, and the whole keyboard area becomes a trackpad. Slide your finger around to move the cursor exactly where you need it.
Finally. No more fat fingering the cursor between letters. Okay, what about back tap? Tapping the back of the phone.
Super handy accessibility feature, but useful for anyone. Go into Settings, Accessibility, Touch, then Back Tap. And you can assign actions.
Yep, for a double tap and a triple tap. Tons of options. Screenshot, camera, specific app, flashlight, mute. Loads of possibilities. Worth playing around with.
I should definitely set that up. Simple one. Getting back to the top of a super long web page. Endless scrolling.
Just tap the very top edge of the screen, like right near the timer or the dynamic island.
Just tap the top.
Yep. Instantly scrolls you all the way back up. Works in most apps with scrolling content.
Mind blown. So simple.
Yeah.
Okay, calculator app mistake. Typed 12345 instead of 12346. Do I have to clear it all?
Nope. Just swipe left or right on the number display itself.
On the numbers.
Yeah. Swiping deletes the last digit entered, like a backspace.
Finally. It's been bugging me for years. Okay, customizing the lock screen shortcuts.
Yeah.
Flashlight and camera are default, right?
They are, but you can change them. Unlock your phone, stay on the lock screen, then long press an empty area.
Okay, long press.
Tap Customize, choose Lock Screen. Then you can tap the existing icons to remove them, and tap the empty boxes to add different shortcuts like Notes, Wallet, Home Controls, whatever you want quick access to.
Nice. I definitely swap one of those out. And the control center, I know, got a big overhaul.
Huge overhaul in iOS 18. Swipe down, then long press an empty spot or tap the plus icon. You can rearrange everything, resize some widgets, add tons of new controls, HomeKit scenes, specific settings.
Sizable widgets.
And remove stuff you don't use. Plus, you get proper separate toggles for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth again, which people wanted.
Oh, thank goodness for separate toggles. What about shortcuts within apps? Like a one-tap way to do a specific thing.
That's App Shortcuts in iOS 18. You can create shortcuts for specific actions in apps like Settings, Passwords, Calculator, or even third-party apps.
So like a shortcut to jump straight to my Wi-Fi settings.
Exactly. Or maybe one to open your garage door via your smart home app. Cuts down steps for frequent tasks. It's super programmable. In Settings, under Action button, you can set it to do lots of things with a press and hold. Silent mode, focus modes, camera, flashlight, voice memo, magnifier, or run any shortcut you've made.
So tons of flexibility.
Totally. And remember, the iPhone 16 Pro also has that new dedicated camera control button on the side.
Right. The extra button. What does that do?
It's multifunctional for the camera. Click launches the camera. A light tap is supposed to handle focus. Might need a software update for that bit. Full press takes a photo. Press and hold starts video.
Okay, wow.
You can even lightly tap and slide to zoom or light double tap for quick access to other camera stuff. It's pretty involved.
So 2 powerful customizable buttons. I also heard you can now put app icons anywhere and tint them.
Yep. iOS 18 freedom. Long press your home screen, tap Edit, then Customize. You can now place icons wherever you want, leaving gaps. No more strict grid forcing everything to the top left. And there's a tinted option there too. Pick a color, and all your app icons get a uniform wash of that color. Makes things look very clean, less visually noisy if you like that.
I do like the sound of less visual noise. What about locking specific apps? For privacy?
Easy. Long press the app icon you want to lock.
Okay.
You'll see options like Require Face ID or Hide and Require Face ID. Require Face ID just means you need to authenticate to open it. Hide and Require Face ID does that and removes the app icon from your home screen. It lives in a hidden folder in the app library, only visible after Face ID.
Ooh, that's properly secure for banking apps or whatever. Nice. Switching back to Safari, all the ads and banners are so annoying when I'm trying to read.
Check out Safari's distraction control. Tap the icon on the left of the address bar. Sometimes it looks like 2 A's or a page icon.
Okay.
Look for an option like Hide Distracting Items.
Yeah.
Safari tries to strip away the clutter. It often remembers this for sites you visit regularly. You can always tap the icon again and show hidden items if needed.
Like a built-in ad and clutter blocker. That's useful. Now, for the big phone users, the Pro Max one-handed use could be tricky.
Definitely. That's where reachability comes in. You need to enable it first. Settings, accessibility, touch, reachability.
Okay, turn it on there.
Then just swipe down on the very bottom edge of the screen near the home indicator. The whole top half of the screen slides down so you can reach it with your thumb. Swipe down again or tap the empty space to put it back.
Essential for the Max models. Got it. And widgets. Didn't they become interactive recently?
Yeah, since iOS 17. Smart widgets. You can do things directly on the widget without opening the app, like check off a reminder, play pause music, start a timer. Makes them much more useful.
Quick actions right on the home screen. Cool. Can I make my phone vibrate differently for different people?
Totally. Go into a contacts card, tap Edit, then look for ringtone or text tone. Inside those options, you'll find vibration. You can choose a standard pattern or tap out your own custom one.
Custom vibrations, so I can feel who's calling. Nice little touch. What about that little bell icon in the status bar when I'm in silent mode? Can I hide that?
You can, if you prefer a cleaner look. Settings, sound, and haptics. Scroll down to the silent mode section and toggle off Show in Status Bar. Poof, it's gone.
Minimalist status bar, here I come. Okay, scheduling messages, like write it now, set it tomorrow morning.
Yep, iMessage has send later, compose your message, then tap and hold the blue send arrow.
Hold the send button.
A menu pops up. Choose send later, pick your date and time, done. Great for birthday messages or reminders you don't want to forget.
Perfect. Last Safari one. Reader mode, making websites less chaotic.
Exactly. It strips out ads, navigation, everything but the main text and images.
Oh.
Look for the AA icon or maybe a book icon in the address bar. Tap it, choose Show Reader.
Ah, clean reading.
You can even go into Settings Safari Reader and turn on Reader for all websites if you want it automatically enabled whenever possible. And sometimes in Reader mode, you'll see a star icon that can summarize the article highlights.
Automatic reader mode and summaries. Very nice. Okay. Wow, that was a ton of productivity boosters. Let's switch gears to battery life, keeping the phone going all day. What are the must-dos?
Right, battery anxiety is real. The basics everyone mentions. Use low power mode when you're running low. Manage background app refresh. Turn it off for apps that don't need it.
That background refresh always gets me. Which apps really need it?
Honestly, not that many. Maybe maps if you use navigation a lot or music apps. But social media, games, probably not. Go to Settings, General, Background App Refresh, and just turn stuff off or set it to Wi-Fi only. It makes a difference.
Okay, time for a background refresh audit. What else?
Screen brightness, keep it reasonable. Use auto brightness. Check your battery health periodically in Settings, battery health and charging. And maybe don't leave it plugged in at 100% all night, every night. That can degrade the battery faster over the long haul.
Right, the overnight charging debate. Okay, what about stuff draining power when the phone's locked?
Check Allow Access when locked. It's in Settings, Face ID, and Passcode. Scroll down. Do you really need Notification Center or Wallet accessible without unlocking? Toggling some of those off can save a bit of power and add security.
Good point. And the battery percentage in the corner. How do I get that back?
Settings, battery. There's just a simple toggle for battery percentage. Turn it on.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Hey, like pro tips for battery saving? Automations?
Definitely. Use the Shortcuts app. You can create an automation when battery level falls below 20%. Action. Turn low power mode on. Set it to run automatically without asking.
Smart. Let the phone manage itself. And didn't iOS 18 add new charging options?
Yeah, besides optimized battery charging, there's now a charge limit option under Settings Battery Charging. You can set it to stop charging at, say, 80%.
Why only 80%?
The theory is that keeping lithium-ion batteries constantly topped up to 100% stresses them more. Capping it at 80% might help the battery last longer overall, even if you get slightly less runtime day to day. It's a trade-off for longevity.
Interesting. A long-term health thing. How do I find out which apps are killing my battery?
Back in Settings Battery, just scroll down. It lists exactly which apps use the most power in the last 24 hours or 10 days. That's where you find the surprise culprits.
Time to name and shame the battery hogs. Location services too, right? Those must use power.
Big time. Settings, privacy, and security location services. Review every app. Does it need location? Always? Probably not. Change most to while using the app or never.
Makes sense. My weather app doesn't need my location 2147. What about email fetching?
Yeah, if your email is set to push or fetch every 15 minutes, that's constant activity. Go to Settings, Mail Accounts, fetch new data. Change it to hourly or even manual if you only want email when you open the app. Saves a good chunk of battery.
Hourly seems reasonable. And notifications, again, they wake the screen, right? So they use battery.
Absolutely. Every notification wakes the display, uses power. Fewer notifications, better battery life. Audit your notification settings ruthlessly.
Quieter phone, happier battery. I'm seeing a theme. Anything else?
Yeah.
Auto lock?
Yep. Set a shorter auto lock time in display and brightness settings. No need for the screen to stay on for 5 minutes after you put it down. And make sure auto brightness is on accessibility display and text size, saves power, and is easier on the eyes.
Great tips. Battery feels manageable now. Okay, cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro camera is amazing. How do we push it further?
For max quality, shoot in 48MP ProRAW. Go to Camera Settings Formats, enable ProRAW and Resolution Control. Then in the Camera app, you'll see a RAW Max toggle.
Huge files, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Massive. But incredible detail and editing flexibility if you need it.
What about keeping my preferred settings? Like if I always shoot in a certain mode.
Use Preserve Settings. It's in Settings, Camera Preserve Settings. You can tell it to remember your last used camera mode, filter, photographic style, depth control, etc. So it doesn't reset every time.
That's essential. So annoying when it resets. What are these new photographic styles in iOS 18?
They're like smarter filters. You can adjust undertones and mood right in the Camera app. And the cool part is you can adjust or remove them after taking the photo in the Photos app. Non-destructive.
Applying styles later, that's really flexible. Video tips.
Okay, couple of cool ones. You can keep background music playing while recording video now.
Seriously, my music won't stop.
Nope. Also, you can pause video recording and then resume it, and it saves as one single clip. Great for editing.
Pause resume video. Finally. That's huge.
And you can change video playback speed in the Photos app afterwards, the retime control for slow-mo or fast-mo effects.
Nice creative options. What about audio in videos? I heard it's better.
Yep, the Pro models have a 4-mic array, enables a studio audio mix feature in editing. It cleans up background noise, especially echo, makes your voice clearer.
Like having a mini sound studio. Cool. Flashlight. Can I tweak that?
On the 16 Pro, yeah. When it's on, play with the dynamic island. Controls should pop up to adjust brightness and even how wide or narrow the beam is.
Adjusting the beam spread. That's neat. And transferring files. The Pro has faster USB-C, right?
USB-C 3, yep. Much faster than the standard iPhone 16's USB 2. Big deal for large photos and videos. And it lets the Pro models record ProRes video directly to an external SSD.
Recording straight to a drive. That's pro-level stuff. What about just grabbing a quick video without switching modes?
Quick take. In photo mode, just press and hold the shutter button. It starts recording video instantly. Music keeps playing too if you have any on.
Press and hold for video. Simple. Okay, camera's covered. Let's wrap up with accessibility features that are useful for everyone.
Yeah, many accessibility tools are just great convenience features. We mentioned back tap, already super versatile.
And reachability for big phones.
Exactly. Also, the magnifier tool turns your camera into a magnifying glass for tiny print. Find it in accessibility settings or add it to Control Center.
Magnifier. I should use that more.
One-handed keyboard is another one. Press and hold the globe icon on the keyboard. Choose the left or right aligned keyboard. Makes typing with one thumb much easier.
Use that on the train loads of times. Can back tap control the flashlight intensity now, too?
In iOS 18, yes. You can assign double triple taps to adjust brightness or beam spread for the torch. More fine-grained control.
Very handy. A neat quick way to just reduce visual noise.
Well,
Like a grayscale mode.
yeah. Set up an accessibility shortcut.
Yeah.
Setting accessibility shortcut. Choose color filters. Then triple-click the side power button to toggle grayscale on and off. Great for winding down or focusing.
Triple click for black and white. I like that. Wow, okay. That's a lot of ways to make this phone feel new again.
It really is. Implementing even just a few of these things, cleaning it up physically and digitally, optimizing settings, using the productivity tricks can make a huge difference. You really can refresh your current iPhone 16 Pro experience quite significantly.
And it avoids that feeling of needing the absolute latest thing, but just making better use of what you have. Focusing on actionable steps.
Precisely. It's empowering, really. So, maybe the final thought for you to chew on is this. If your phone has all these hidden depth and capabilities we just talked about, what other potential is lurking in the tech you use every day? How can just, being a bit more curious and willing to explore unlock even more value? Maybe you'll find the next great tip yourself.